We will open this meeting of February 28th, 2013. Let the record show Selectman Dawson is not present. Before we continue, we must say happy birthday to Catherine.
Happy birthday, Catherine.
Woo!
Happy birthday.
Oh, I won't sing.
Happy birthday, dear Catherine.
Happy birthday to you. Yep, you did turn just 21, right?
At least.
We won't say, we will not say the number, we promise.
She was 19. Although my kids.
Excellent.
Okay, so we're coming in a little bit early so that we can accommodate the moderator, Cindy, and the chief for the warrant articles and the upcoming election. So come on up, Chuck.
See, young lady, you're gonna.
You're going to stay right there?
Come on up, Chuck.
Come on up, Chuck.
Up, Chuck, I get it.
I get it.
See, in golf, they every once in a while say nice up.
Nice up, Chuck. It's a classic.
It is.
So it's a beautiful site down on the corner down by the police department.
Excuse me.
Nice and flat, empty.
Yeah, it is.
Did anyone show Chuck the cover of our town report? Did you?
I haven't
See it
seen it yet,
down?
but I saw Joyce sent me some of the pictures that she was going
I
to use.
will run down and just get a cover.
Hannah will run down.
Hannah, would you get,
Thanks.
just bring up a cover for
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, so the draft warrants, do we have the updated? I know I do here. Wait, hold on a minute.
the warrant?
They should be in the minutes. We're in the minutes, actually.
Okay, we have actually 13, technically. The last one is to enact any other business. So on the 16th, it begins with Article 3. We hadn't really decided on who's going to do what. Do you want to take a couple of minutes and do that now so you'll know who? Or would you rather us send it to you tonight?
All you have to do is just let me know who's going to do what, and I'll have that written in on my notes.
We'll get that to you later tonight.
Sure.
Because that's what we're going to do tonight.
Give me that.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So, Catherine, you'll email it to Chuck and Cindy at the same time? Okay, so we have the warrants, and there's really no big surprises on the warrants. I don't think there's... The Article 3 is a petition warrant article.
I have, will be probably asking for a
Thank you.
secret ballot on item number 3.
Okay.
Very nice. We've already, Cindy did send me a copy of the warrant articles, PDF and Word, and I've got them all the articles already put into a PowerPoint presentation. So we'll be able to pull each one up one at a time. And Kathy will do her usual thing with that. And then we're prepared that we'll use whatever to show any modifications or amendments as they might or might not happen. And let's see, you're sending me those tonight. I do think that it's a good idea on Article number 3 to do that with a secret ballot. And according to the rules that we've had in the past, I can make that decision without having people in town requesting it.
Right.
And I think that where we know it's going to be a sensitive issue, and we don't want somebody standing up or not standing up to vote because they think somebody else is watching them, so.
Right. Sounds like a good idea.
I do. Got to protect people's privacy. Cindy, we're going to have a few voting booths, are we, set up?
Selectmen are in charge of that. Dennis, can you bring some voting booths?
We talked about that,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think we need too many, probably
No.
4 or something like that. Most people would just sit down, mark a ballot and drop it in the box anyway.
Didn't we have 2, and then we had a handicap one? Right. I thought that's how we had it last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing again and had some compliments of making sure that the ballot box is going to be up back. And then we'll try to get the people, anyone who needs assistance, let them vote first, rather than at the end, where it was caused a little bit of a problem in the past. In looking over all the warrant articles, there's nothing else that I see on there that would require a secret ballot. One of the comments that had been suggested to us at the moderator's training session was, in the event that someone does ask for either a reconsideration on an article, or in fact it would be a weather delay, it's not a bad idea to try to plan ahead by trying to book a site and a date for a possible meeting that could be at least 7 days later. And of course, right now, the school district meeting is on Saturday the 23rd, so if you were going to have another meeting, probably you'd have to look at maybe March 30th, which would be a Saturday. But that's a decision that the selectmen can make at their...
We have a,
It's already booked at the school, Chuck, I called.
what were the dates?
So you would have to go into April. Everything is booked for...
So Catherine's already checked for dates, and the following Saturday's already booked. You would have to go into April for a reconsideration.
Or possibly at the middle school.
Well, can we check for the middle school?
Just so that it doesn't get dragged out too long.
Okay, got it.
I mean, with freak storms, we never know, too,
We've been having, definitely.
I mean, you get one more of these big blows coming through, and you'd be looking for a date, and if you got another date already picked out, then that would work.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend much time on this one, but it was some very bizarre circumstances. I learned that the town of Tilton has used this thing for a number of years of moving to protect one's vote. There really is no such official kind of a motion about moving to protect a vote other than one that was created here by Ken Randall, which really kind of is really a simplification probably or whatever of all the laws that pertain to it is a motion to restrict reconsideration. And you can move to restrict reconsideration, which
Okay.
means you want to, in essence, not have a reconsideration.
So what RSA is that?
It is RSA 40:10. And if you are looking in this particular book, it is on page 259.
Chuck, so it limits, no reconsideration on that article can be brought up, correct?
Well, it does. You're voting to restrict the reconsideration.
What it means if someone moves to restrict reconsideration, it means until the gavel falls and the meeting is adjourned, that item cannot be brought back up.
Now, can you simplify that at the beginning of the meeting? Tell them,
In your
presentation
rules.
in the beginning, tell them, this is the rule, this is the rule, this is not what's supposed to happen, this is what's supposed to happen.
I can do that, because that's what's in the RSAs. You will not find in the RSAs, move to protect your vote. That was kind of one that...
Okay, the language moved to protect your vote. Gotcha.
But in fact, Ken kind of conjured that one up, but it meant the same
Right.
thing.
Chuck, excuse me, does it matter which way you vote in the affirmative or the
If you move to restrict the vote, that means it cannot be brought back up again.
Right, so there's no, because I know that's happened before, where...
It could go either way, though, I mean,
That's right,
Wasn't
that
there
could,
where he asked if you voted for it?
if a motion is made, I would make sure that everyone is clear on what their vote would mean before they voted.
But it
Like you
doesn't
did,
matter
you've
whether
done
you
that in the
voted
past,
for it or
anyways.
not.
You do that, you do that.
Well, the other thing too is that, someone also could ask to reconsider, and then if it dies, you can't then vote to reconsider a reconsideration vote.
Right.
So there's two ways of looking at how you can handle that. I mean, it's an old practice that people have used for years, and sometimes they wait. And by the way, it can be done at any time during the meeting. I could probably make a rule for the moderator's rules that would say that we would not allow it after a certain amount of time, after so many articles have passed by. Because one of the things that's what's happened sometimes at meetings, if a meeting goes on, let's say, till 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and all of a sudden there are 24 people there,
Then they do.
and those 24 people there have an agenda, then they move reconsideration because someone hadn't already protected themselves, and then all of a sudden it goes through. I mean, that's an old maneuver.
I think it would be, after the article is voted on, you have
It would be,
10
it would be appropriate, and it could be done on every single article, but,
you have 10 minutes, and if you don't do it, bang. you know.
well, I can do that. I could probably set up a local rule, so long as, whatever rules are proposed, the moderator proposes them. If the body accepts them, then that's the rule for the meeting. And if the body can overrule the moderator at any time with a simple
Right.
majority vote, so, no.
But you're right, I don't want to get in the, come in the afternoon. and that's when-
You don't want to see it misused after a lot of people have left, that's all.
Right, and that does happen.
Yeah.
I've seen it
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
And they've built schools on that, actually.
Yep.
I've seen
And I'll
that
tell
happen.
you, teacher
Timberlane
salaries,
was born on,
and teacher salaries were passed on those kinds of things.
yeah. Timberlane High School was built,
After everybody leaves, yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
I think it was a 4 a.m. vote when Timberlane High School went through.
I am still going to try to keep the same time frame of allowing people up to 5 minutes to speak for a motion or for the main motion, in this case for warrant articles, and trying to keep people to 2 minutes to speaking for or against. And again, I will ask people who are going to be responding to questions, which oftentimes the questions are asked that the moderator can't answer, so they would be relying on the selectmen or someone from the budget committee to respond. I'm going to ask those people to try to keep their remarks also concise and to the topic at hand and keep it within 2 minutes.
Right. Do you have any requests for people that want to say something at the town meeting, or?
I haven't had any yet. And I was almost expecting that the recycling committee might want,
I think that they do want.
I was waiting for my turn, but yes.
plan on a presentation.
There is going to be a presentation, a short one, just the gist of it.
Do you
5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Do you want to use a computer with like some PowerPoint slides?
I'm pretty sure we've got the hardware. We just need a place to plug it into your projection.
Well, if you have your own laptop and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's all set.
Yeah, the presentation's pretty well all set. I'd also like to have, as we have in years past, a table with recyclable information on it, what's recyclable and what's not, and an example of, like, we had our little thing with the milk jugs in it and whatever, and we had a raffle for a composter. Last year, we were outside. In the hallway. The year before that, we were inside, but in a bad place, because it clogged people up, I think. And I was wondering if we could have it inside, but over closer to the food against the back wall, if space permitted.
The only thing I would be is that if it's something which could be easily moved in case that on that back wall by the cafeteria where the kitchen is,
Yeah.
is the area where they're going to probably be setting up those voting booths and where people would vote. And then we'll probably put again, further in is probably be where the ballot box would be. We'll have either myself or Senator Sanders, who's going to be the assistant there, at the ballot box.
Do you have any other assistants coming?
No, I don't.
Gonna
but
grab 'em.
But I do have Linda Burns coming, who will help count votes, and I got one or two other people that, if we have to use for count for standing votes, I'll have a couple people. Those folks are really just going to be sworn in as ballot clerks, not as assistant moderators. But Senator will be the one that could be put in as a moderator pro tem if need be, or anything happened in
Okay. Police coverage, because I asked Bob to be here. You said you got some more information on that.
Well, I spoke to him briefly just a few minutes ago, and
Okay.
one of the things that we were advised is to make sure that we had adequate coverage, and that whoever was there was properly informed about what procedures might have to take place if someone were to get rowdy or out of order and need to be asked to be removed. They also are suggesting, only probably in kind of a panic, or overreaction, but they said that if someone were to come in and wanted to create a disturbance, they always first go after the uniformed police officers, so suggested that they have perhaps one person there who's a not in uniform police officer. I don't think we would expect any major disturbances in the voting, but
I wouldn't think so.
on election day, but people have gone to crazy places.
Yes, they have.
And the world is getting a little bit nutty, as we know.
I'll be wearing my Kevlar vest
Blame you.
both days.
I'll be standing behind you.
I'll be standing behind Bob.
Well, they're going to aim at him first.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so you're all set with that, Bob, on your thing. Dennis, you're all set with what you have to do, right? Okay.
Questionable.
I know, I'm
This
not.
year, I'm going to position myself off to one side or the other, but after spending the last several years standing in that light from the projector, so
Yes.
we're going to try to keep that middle section open, or if there's anyone in there, someone who's going to be seated low enough so that,
Right.
That'd be a good idea.
yeah,
Wondering how you could do that.
blinded by the light.
Because you really can't put it up high enough, because then it really catches you. It is blinding. I sat where Catherine sat last year, and it was just blinding. The year before I sat there, and last year I said, no, you sat right there.
I'm always blinded by it.
We'll try to see if we can't leave that area maybe open a little, and
Right.
and try to keep things off to the side just a little bit more than what we have. And I would need to have a seat next to me for center, and also be next to Cindy. And other than that, we'll work it out. I have been in touch with Kevin Sousa, who will have Wi-Fi available for the elections and afterwards. I did talk briefly to Pat about whether or not we might have open Wi-Fi for people at the town meeting, and that at this point is probably will not, but that also could be subject to change by what we're going to have. But I know that Kevin will make sure that it's available for the selectmen and election officials.
Election officials.
Yep. And I did get a good resource of materials. I suspect you have everything that I've got. I've got all the stuff from DRA, suggested warrants, and I also had another very nice packet of, from the LGC, which I can send a copy down to Catherine, that is the traditional meeting moderator's quick reference sheet. And what it does is it talks about different things, and then it lists all of the RSAs. So that,
That's great.
yeah, it does. So it's more of a
Yeah,
quick reference sheet for the things that would come up during the
Yep.
election. So.
Sounds good.
All right. I think that's it. We will, we'll email that to you tomorrow morning, tonight or tomorrow. I'll have either
morning's
Joyce or
fine.
tomorrow morning.
I'll take
Come on.
We'll be setting up the elections on
give you back the
Monday at 2:30.
copy of the book.
Monday at 2:30.
Monday at 2:30 we'll be setting up,
Okay?
all right?
I'll be setting up too.
Yeah, we'll be setting up too.
All right.
Talking about the 11th,
Yeah, it's
Monday
my,
the 11th, yeah.
that's my surgery time.
On next Tuesday,
8 to 6.
March 5th,
Yeah,
3:30 in the afternoon,
okay.
Legislative Office Building.
March 5th.
I believe there is a hearing of the Long Range Planning and Utilization Committee.
Yes,
Yes,
room
we
201.
have it. 201 at 3.
We have that one.
Okay, just, has anyone heard anything further from anyone relative to whether or not it would be beneficial to have any kind of presentation by either the town, or would they ask us for anything, or just, is it going to be procedural if somebody brings in and says A, B, C, D, and they say yes, move on?
Well, I thought they didn't expect any presentation from the
Right.
town, but we were going to make a request for the waiver
Right.
at that time. That's when we could make the request for the waiver.
Okay.
But according to what Joyce was saying, we didn't need to have a presentation of any sort, anyone get up and speak or anything like that, but there's no reason why we can't be prepared to do that if they ask.
We haven't gone so far as to put together a PowerPoint presentation, but I was planning on that. But we also do have an abundance of material going back to some pictures from 2007, 2008, with a lot of equipment there and a lot of those things. So we have a very clear, concise history of what's been happening and when, and the dates and times and places, in case that would be beneficial.
Sure.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Kathy and
That'd
I'll
be very helpful.
Kathy and I will be there.
Okay, great. I think we're all planning, if we
I'll
can
be in
make
room
it.
302. Seriously.
201 is the meeting, and you're going to be in 302?
302, yeah.
Chuck, jacket?
Jacket.
See ya.
Dennis, want to come up?
I just wanted to take just a few minutes of the board. The new truck is in. We're going to pick it up Tuesday, okay? But I wanted to show you the two quotes that I got on the dump body, okay, the canvas, the plow, and all of that. There's a difference of $1,290. And these actually are the only two people that I know of in the state that do the bodies, is Donovan and Fairfields, okay?
Who's cheaper, Donovan?
Donovan was cheaper by that, but he isn't giving me all the same that Fairfield is, okay? So my recommendation would be to go with Fairfield. We've dealt with them for years. You know, they do a good job, and if there's any problems, they take care of them.
What's the total?
The total of the dump body and everything, $27,850. You're in glasses, just check that out, make sure.
I was going to say, it keeps you from getting a headache.
$27,850.
And what are we getting for from
Okay.
the Fairfield people for $1,200?
Fairfield's, there is a double-walled 10-gauge sides on the dump body, which Donovan's was not. We're getting a billet electric canvas, which there was just a painted canvas arms. We're getting a scissor-type piston instead of just a telescopic one piston, okay? And we're getting 3/8 wear plates under the Sanders. Yeah.
In better peace
That's
of
the
mind.
difference.
In better peace of mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm good with that.
Yep, me too.
okay.
Make a motion, we go with Fairfields
Second.
for 27,850.
50, right.
Seconded by Joe. Is there any more discussion on that?
No.
All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I would like to take a few minutes of your time, either at the end, and just talk with the board personally. Okay? We can do it at the end of your meeting. They're probably going to take 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
I have a question. I was wondering how your budget for road maintenance, winter road maintenance is holding up.
Doing very well, Joe.
What are we at, 50%, 70%?
Sand and salt, probably 35%.
I read recently where Laconia was at 94%. How is it that we could be so much less? They didn't budget enough, or?
Probably. We've got a lot more, well, the road distance doesn't matter because you include that in your budget.
That's right. It seems like they.
A lot of times
spent a lot.
we will use a sand, salt mixture instead of straight salt.
Which is better.
Right,
Yeah, I think it's fair.
So, sand, salt, do you mix it yourself?
we do.
And how much is sand?
$4 a yard.
But the salt is like $61, $2 a ton.
$56.73 a ton. Yep. Yep.
Okay, I'd say 35, 40%, we're okay.
Good shape.
Unless March is really terrible.
Yeah, but
It won't even be that bad.
it still is not gonna, I'm still gonna
Really
be-
terrible.
I'm still gonna be 50% or under. Yeah. But then you look at November and December the following year,
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay, then I'll wait for you people.
Okay.
Okay.
This needs to be a non-public?
Non-pub, is that what you're looking at?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Where's Tim?
All right. Timothy? Yep. Want to buzz Tim?
Yeah, I will. I'll get it.
Moving right along.
I don't think there's any problem with the minutes, because they're all warrant articles.
I didn't see anything.
And we approved every one of them.
Ready for you. All right, bye-bye.
We have to look and see which one is going to bring the motion to the floor.
Well, Catherine's not here, she'll have to do them all.
That's what she gets for being absent.
No, we can do that while we're waiting for Tim.
Okay.
Article 3 is the sewer betterment. We'll let Catherine do that?
Yeah, you
Okay.
better let her do that.
So, Catherine, that will be Catherine. The Tilton Northfield Island Park Capital Reserve. Anyone could do that? It's up for grabs.
Well, I'll do it.
Okay. Al's going to do number 4. Article 5 for the highway equipment is going to be Sandy. Article 6,
I'll do that one too.
Sandy's going to do that one. Article 7, that would probably be Catherine.
Yes.
And Article 8, I can do. Article 9, the milfoil,
I'll do that one.
Joe's going to do that. Article 10, Joe's going to do.
Yep.
Article 11, any of us can do that.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
And then Article 12, Catherine, I'm sure, is going to speak on it.
Yeah.
And Article 12, when we get the final figure,
Yeah.
when Tim gives us the final figure, I'll make the motion. Okay.
Article 11 was deleted, wasn't it?
No, it was.
No, we changed the
Oh, it's
number,
not, it's the old Article 12.
investigating, and we changed the wording to investigating and creating,
Yes.
Right,
and then the number of 35 to 20.
great.
Yeah.
Thanks, we got those in. And if you can't read it, then I'll do yours.
Oh, I'm going to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we don't know what the mental condition that you're gonna be in when you get here, so if you're not, then I'll do them. While you sit there and grin wildly at the audience.
If you're drooling, we're putting up a book in front of you. Just saying.
I second that.
I'm telling you, that
Get a big bib.
sometimes it's just abuse, and sometimes it's real abuse.
Well, she's going in the night of the 11th for the surgery. She thinks she's gonna be there bright and bushy-eyed.
On the 12th.
On the 12th, she's going in.
Oh, the 11th.
The 11th that night.
Do you want to approve the minutes, Pat?
Yeah, we can approve the minutes. Let's do that. Let's
Make a
get it over
motion,
with.
we, in the minutes of February 19th, the table for approval.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Page 2, public input. It's Matthews with one T. That's all I saw in it. so.
Yeah, I'd gone to this before and I looked at it.
I move that we approve the minutes of February 19th as corrected.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Okay, Tim, come on up.
Come on down.
All right. Well, I need those last 12 minutes, but, all right. All right, let's see, I just have a few things. One, the status of the town report. We are currently in process of printing and producing 200 color sets, and from that point, we can either produce black and white sets right off the copier itself, stapled, unattended, or we can continue to produce color sets. We'll also have inserts available at town meeting, like I've done in the past, where we have the warrant, budget, and that sort of thing. But the primary reason for my coming today is I would like the board to renew our line of credit with Franklin Savings Bank. It's a $2 million promissory note, revolving line of credit. It's our note in anticipation of taxes received.
A lifeline.
So this is how we maintain our cash flow during the year. Last year, we had a 0.875% interest rate, and with a renewal, they're willing to preserve that rate for us this year at the same loan amount, up to $2 million. We only withdrew $1 million this last year. I foresee possibly a little bit more this year. It was pretty challenging a couple of times last year. And right now, we're starting to see our cash is going to be dwindling quickly. We'll make it past town meeting, but by the time we need the cash, we can't wait until that point because there's an approval process that goes through their loan committee and takes time on their end. So I do believe that this is more than a competitive rate. The next closest bank last year was more than 0.5% higher, and it's been very easy to work with them. So that's why I'm recommending that we stay with Franklin Savings Bank for the TAN, and that we renew this. So, and it's also a less costly process for us. I will need your approval to have an attorney, and my preference would be Crane if he's available, do an opinion letter, which he did for us last year. And then there's some other things that I have to do to be able to work it. But what I do need is for you to consider this, and if you're so inclined, to make a motion for your minutes, that it be in the minutes that you approve renewing the $2 million promissory note, or TAN, with Franklin Savings Bank at 0.875% interest rate for the year 2013.
So moved.
Second?
So, go ahead, Joe.
Under the discussion portion, my cousin is the vice president, or one of the vice presidents of Franklin Savings Bank. So I don't know as that would recuse me from voting on this. So I would abstain. I don't think one has to do with the other, but just the appearance of impropriety.
Well, we have our other banking with Franklin Savings Bank, and we've benefited greatly from that this last year.
My personal accounts are with Franklin Savings Bank. I'm a fan, but
It was a big move to move all our banking relationships over, but it's made us many times the interest. So what we expected has happened.
When do you expect this to, how long do you get the approval?
It's probably going to take us about 3 weeks to get the approval. And then I anticipate that we'll need to access it before April 15th, which is when we have our major expenditures of retirement, school, and fire.
Right.
And if you would also approve my using Attorney Crean or an attorney to get that.
I think it's all part of the motion that you did, right?
Well, regardless, I'll make a motion that Tim use.
Well, we have a motion on the table already.
Okay, yeah, we have it.
All right, all those in favor of the motion of approving us getting a TAN for 0.875% for Franklin Savings Bank?
Yep.
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain? 1. Okay.
Okay, now I'll make a motion that Tim be able to contact Dan Crean to get the letter that he needs for this.
Second?
The opinion letter.
Yes, the opinion letter.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the work that you've done on the annual report. Again, once again.
Good job.
Although I haven't gotten a copy yet, but
We haven't either.
I will be
Of course,
bringing
Cindy
up
does.
just a quick ACH one.
Okay.
There's not much in it, but
This isn't yours, is it? No, it's the next one.
okay, Selectmen's report. I have a couple of things.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Last year, as you know, we had a discussion on paving the senior center, and it was going to be done by, donations and whatever. I would really like permission from the selectmen for the green light to, for, Tom to oversee that and Dennis to stripe it, to lay it out, the pavement, and, to work together. Work together.
Are you going to do it now, or are you going to wait until?
Wait until the spring,
Yeah,
but
okay.
at least get the green light so that they can get the people that are going to donate all together. How do you call it? Get them together? Working, right.
Second?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a motion?
That is in the form of a motion,
I'll
yes.
second.
Thank you. All right, so a motion has been made to give Tom Gallant the green light to work with Dennis on the layout, the pavement and striping for the Tilton Senior Center. Any more discussion on that? So it's
does
okay to
that-
pave, we're,
How does that work into that whole path coming up from down below? Is that going to like be a,
that won't affect it, it will only go, the pavement won't go up that far as
Okay.
where they want to come from the little road in back, where the,
The sidewalk is?
no, where the walking path wants to go, in the back where the sewer cap is, the paving's not going to go up to that. It's only going to probably go up to the edge of the house,
Right,
would be my guess.
okay.
All right?
because you're not paving.
And on the left-hand side, looking at the senior center face on the left-hand side will be a space left for a no parking zone for the truck to back up so that they can deliver foods. So it'll be like a loading zone way on the end there, where you park your snow, actually.
But that would be paid.
Yes, it will all be paved and everything, yes. But right now, a lot of people park there. It's the pathway to the back door, because that's where it will come in. Those would be the two major changes that I can see. Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Question? Yep.
Did I just hear you say that they were going to pave over the wellhead?
No.
A
Nope.
path to the back so that they could?
No, they use the path they're going to be using the path
Okay. all
to the
right.
back.
Okay.
Right.
Just wanted to be clear.
There may be some type of a walkway done. I don't know what kind of a walkway. They just finished with putting the flooring in for TNS in that first building. They've got all their equipment in there. Tom wanted me to publicly thank the selectmen for allowing them the use of that building for TNS, getting it out of Business Park Drive and giving them a safe, dry place, now that the outhouse is removed. They have a new floor in it and stuff, so it's all done and their stuff is in.
Yay.
All right, any more discussion on it? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Tom will be in touch with you, I guess, once he,
I think it'll be a couple months.
I'm sure. But he just wanted the green light to get going. We had an email which, have you all seen the email from TLC Jewelers about
Yes.
the signage? And have you seen Al's reply to that?
I didn't see
No,
that.
I didn't see.
Al went down and spoke with the person that owns the signage, and the sign will be removed in the evenings. Am I correct? That's what they're
Correct.
telling us.
I talked to him, yeah.
So you've replied to TLC Jewelry to that effect,
Okay,
I think, right? You say
Yeah.
that, right?
I sent it to him.
That was the other thing. Okay. That was my next thing. All right. Joe, you got anything? You're all set for town meeting on the recycling, the presentation, everything?
We're good to go. I feel guardedly optimistic. I do have one thing. I happened to notice that at the far end of the outbuilding at the senior center, there's a window up on the back end of that building.
Yeah.
You can only see it from Route 3 that has plastic over the top of it. The plastic has come unloose, and weather can now get into that end of the building. I don't know if that's doing anything to whatever might be in there, but the potential for rain coming in or sleet or whatever
Yeah.
exists real strongly.
That's the plastic in the end. We were waiting for replacing the window. I believe he's replacing the window, actually. I will get to him. He is replacing the window on that.
Well, currently, it's a hole
We
in
waited
the wood
because-
that water gets in.
Is it on the Route 3 end?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, maybe he's not. It's
You
on
wouldn't
the,
notice
on
it
the
unless you were
Grange
driving.
Road end, he is. On the Grange Road, he is, and we purposely waited for that because of the trees coming down. We didn't want anything
The
happen.
opposite end, the plastics come off and it's open to the elements.
Okay, and that's where the path is going to go, because there's a lot of construction going to go on yet
Yeah,
on that.
We'll put some plastic on it.
I would recommend just plastic for now.
yeah, to keep the rain from coming in,
Yep.
April showers and what have you.
We're trying to come up with a different solution on the door because it appears that there's been a little bit of activity going on at the door that people kind of just pry it open and, I mean, who wants a walker and a wheelchair or something, but that's all that's in there, but it appears that what they're doing, because it's wheeled, out
Right.
and it's chained, they still can, kind of lift it a little bit.
Put an guard on there.
We're trying to come up with
Oh, God.
something that would, because the wood is so old that it's now kind of curled out.
But you can actually put something, let's say it goes in, the door slides into it, or it stays into it, so when they move it, they can't go beyond that point.
Right.
Okay. Not yet. We do, but they're not up. Right. Yeah, that'd be good. You got anything for us?
Well, all about signage, moving forward. Actually working on the signage rules and regulations,
Yes.
and then pecking away at it, so.
I started to go into Polly's for a cup of coffee the day before yesterday, and slow as I am on my crutches, somebody approached me and said, well, so-and-so is really mad because the selectmen aren't doing anything about the trash, and they're doing this, and they're angry about this, they're angry about this, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go home. It's just not worth it. They just don't understand that it's not, this has been an ordinance for a lot of years, and we're just trying to,
Work through it.
that one can do it, then how come this one can't do it, and how come, and
I've
if
had
you
those
look at this one,
conversations myself.
and if you look at this flag and look at that flag, it's going this way, and that flag's going that way, and that one's orange and that one's green. It's like, it's not worth it. So, quarter to 9.
How did that play out?
So that was a little bit later.
Well, they had said between 8:30 and 9 o'clock.
Well, that's good.
How is that working out for them as far as the increased traffic and the
I
parking?
haven't heard anything, since, when I was down there, saw the truck. There is traffic back up behind it.
Yep.
Okay. Did you go expect to get that time of morning?
Of course,
People leave early.
yeah,
It's like school buses, if you try to get before.
yeah.
All right. Sandy, do you have anything for us?
No.
You don't? Okay. Chief, do you have anything for us, or you're all set?
Just FYI, Brian graduates the Academy of Eagle as well.
Oh, I really want to be there.
At 2 in the afternoon, we've never seen a 2 o'clock graduation.
Really?
Certainly, you're all welcome.
Oh,
April 12th?
April 12th.
It's gonna be an expensive day for you, you're buying lunch. I'm just laying that out there for you.
I will.
You can herd them all over to McDonald's.
Yeah, I know.
What time
Give
is
them
that,
the dollar
Chief?
menus.
yes, let him have it.
Yeah.
April, what was the
12th.
12th? At 2
o'clock.
PM?
Yeah.
All right, we have a legal paper to sign for the settlement
Did we look at it and make sure that that's truly out of it? Good.
Yep, because we have...
Do you mind if I turn this fan off?
Go ahead. Oh, there's blowing cold air out.
Yes, it is out of there. So here's the before and here's the after, so
You say it's out there. You gonna sign it, Pat?
we'll make a motion to sign it.
Are you gonna sign it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that. I mean, I know what it says, so.
Yes, because it's removed.
All right.
You are recycling, aren't you? All right. No.
Oh, this is the note from Mark.
Normally, we keep those turned off, you know. Joe, do you know how much those barrels cost?
No, it was part of the contract.
They were just going to give it,
We're going to give them, they're going to give them to the residents.
Yeah,
Yep.
every household gets one.
yeah.
I bet they're good 100 and a half.
How much of the
apiece.
compost is when we,
I want to say,
For those?
560?
Yeah, if you buy a lot.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said.
I
it's
want to
about
say
100
$35 or thereabouts on those composters.
About 100 and a
We're
half
selling them for cost.
singles.
what is it, what was it, Joe?
Yeah,
$35 in that neighborhood.
because it's small, it's at Home Depot, smaller than
Yeah.
that.
We
90.
bought
I
a
know
bunch of
down
them and we just selling them for cost.
In Hook
It's
City now have them,
something
they
that we
just went
provided
to
for the
curbside.
townspeople. There's no, you don't have to pay anybody
Family was
a
given 2 of those.
premium. If you go to Billy,
Yeah.
if you
One's
were to
for
buy it
recycling,
somewhere,
one's for
you
regular
would pay a
trash.
profit margin. There's no
And
profit
the great
margin
big
in
one
this,
is
so
the
they,
recycling one. and
I've
the
had one a
truck
couple
just
of years,
comes,
works great.
dumps it and puts it down.
If you got a place, I wholeheartedly recommend it.
Oh, really?
I think I made in Biden one.
Okay.
All right, so,
Nothing else?
that's it. Joyce?
What time did she say she was coming back on that note she got? It's on your folder.
She gave
This is
me a
back
note.
quarter after 4:30, I thought.
Oh, there's an,
On the top,
It wasn't inside your folder.
it's on the top of the folder, isn't it?
no?
No?
No, wait, what's this?
Let's pick her up at 4, so anytime now. Okay. Well, we'll go into a non-public.
I was gonna say, we can talk
Right.
to, get Dennis's.
Yep. All right. And we could talk about that further, too. Okay, so I will make a motion to go into non-public session as per RSA 91A:3, personnel, and also legal.
Second?
Roll call vote?
Yes.
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 Want to make a motion to seal the minutes as it pertained to legal until such matters are resolved, and as it pertained to, what was the other one?
Personnel.
Personnel.
Personnel,
Oh,
permit,
it wasn't
But it
personnel,
wasn't
it was the contract.
the contract until
That it was resolved.
matters are resolved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
I'm looking for that email that you, it says March 5th, but it didn't say a time on it, so I'm wondering if we have the right email on the sale of the property with Phil Miles.
I'll resend it.
I found one, but I don't have the other. It says, okay, so go ahead. The WRT.
Yeah, so as soon as I can get those PDF files, I'll be asking the board if we can schedule some time on one of your regular selectmen's meetings to meet with WRTA and Jim can come and discuss the different scenarios, the pros and cons of each and why they're recommending the route they're recommending.
Okay.
As long as it's not on the night that the town...
It's the 28th.
Right. As long as it's not on that night that we have the business owners downtown. Otherwise, I'm fine with that. It's going to be a very long meeting.
And we're having them on the 28th? The business people? The 28th?
28th.
Yeah.
At 6:30, is it?
You kidding me?
6:30.
6:30. Is there any more business? Jane, did you want to talk to us about something? Your campaign or anything?
Are you running for office, Jane?
Get in the building.
What office are you running for?
Come on up.
Claim to fame?
I took it off.
In 10 words, in 10 words or less, what's going on?
Time me out. I'm running for fire commissioner for Tilton and I would appreciate your support, and I would appreciate the town people's support. I'm running because I would like to see the fire district move forward. It seems that we have gotten to a point where we're at a standstill, and the business of the fire department, the safety, and the well-being of our townspeople, I think, is suffering as a result of that. I would like to see us move forward in a positive direction and bury what has gone on in the past. It's been resolved, and I see no need to continue to belabor those issues. And I really think that it's time that we pick up a newspaper and see the positive things, like the saving of a life, which we saw at one point this year, as opposed to a lot of drama that appears in the papers. I picked up the paper today, and again, I saw on the front page another article where, again, we're stuck over a past issue, and it could be resolved very quickly. I would like to see the commissioners work together as a team for the good of the two towns. You know, this is one of the areas where we are one town, one community. And to me, it's one of the most important areas that we can be joined in, because it's the safety and the protection of our citizens and their well-being. So I would appreciate your support. I just received the support of the Firefighters Union. It's in the Echo today, and we are looking forward to working together to bring the fire commissioners back together as a team.
Okay, well, good luck on Election Day.
Yes,
for sure.
good luck.
Well said. Well said. Is there any more business to come before us in a public What was happening with Terminex? Did you figure that out?
Before I left, I checked that email, and he hadn't responded yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so,
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
is there any discussion on that? Let the record show, this is a record for us, 5:13 PM.
This is the record.
All those in favor of the motion? Aye.
No,
Whoa, one no.
I like it here.
Hey,
What part of town do you come
Camera.
from?
I can't get enough.
camera.
Camera.
Story behind this. This was my computer chair. My sister Dee Dee came. She comes in, she goes,